Is a Lusitano stallion called Novilheiro. Is there ridden by Jane Bartle. It's not me riding him, but this horse was mine for many years, and I was extremely fond. I still am extremely fond of him. He was my Grand Prix dressage horse. He then evented a little bit with Rachel Bayless and was quite successful up to intermediate. In fact, he was very successful. He won all the events he got in. But he showed so much talent in jumping that I sent him to John Whitaker, and with him he was leading money winner as a show jumper in, I believe, '83. And a great career, jumped all over the world. And on that day, Jane went for me to the farm of John in Yorkshire to do a tape of another sales horse, and she asked me if she could ride the horse, and I said I would be delighted if she could make me a tape. So she's never ridden the horse before, and the horse is then right in the middle of his jumping career, has done no dressage in maybe 2 or 3 years. But he shows his great talent. He was absolutely amazing, and that's probably the first 10 minutes she spent with him, not really having found all the buttons, but it is a great compliment to her adaptability as a rider, and I hope to his training. This horse is now in Portugal. He returned where he was born, and he was leading stallion for the past 5 years. I've ridden him last year at the age of 22, having not worked at all in a few years. That's a very smooth change. These changes were probably the smoothest I've ever ridden of all the horses I've had. He was absolutely amazing. So as I said, last year I rode him at the fair in Golgan. He was 22, and he was totally happy to be ridden, remembered everything, did all his work. Immediately I had to launch him just like a young horse, and he has a full book of mares and keeping quite healthy. I'm quite convinced that the intensive dressage work he did in his younger years helped him keep his body strong and lasting, and I hope he has still a few years producing very good babies. He's been the father of many champions already, though he only went back to stud when he was I think 16. His piaffe, he had probably a better piaffe than that, but it rides very differently from the German horses that Jane is used to. My horses do piaffe practically with no legs, so they feel interfered with, and